There is one stat that almost no midfielder in world football can touch. 96th percentile for carries into the penalty area, 93rd percentile for progressive carries, both at the same time at 20 years old. I ran those numbers through an AI analysis of every central midfielder under 22 playing in Europe's top leagues. I was looking for one thing, the player whose statistical profile comes closest to Pedri's, and the model kept returning the same name. Stay until the end, because before I reveal it, I need to show you exactly why Pedri is so statistically impossible to replicate, and why this one player is somehow doing it anyway. To understand why finding the next Pedri is so difficult, you have to understand what Pedri actually does. Not what TV pundits say he does, but what the data shows. Most elite midfielders are elite at one or two things. A holding midfielder wins the ball back and recycles it. A box-to-box midfielder covers ground and scores goals. A creative 10 sits between the lines and picks passes. Pedri does all three simultaneously, and the numbers prove it. 7 assists in 20 league appearances, leading La Liga in chances created while playing through an injury spell. That is not normal. 90% passing accuracy in the Champions League while operating in the most congested areas of the pitch. Most creative midfielders trade accuracy for ambition. Pedri does not trade anything. And the carry numbers, 97th percentile for progressive carries. This means that when Pedri picks the ball up, he moves it forward, with his feet under pressure better than virtually every midfielder in European football. When you plot all 6 metrics together on a radar chart, pressing intensity, progressive carries, chance creation, passing accuracy, penalty area entries, and distance covered, you get a shape that almost no other midfielder in the world can match. I searched over 200 players to find the one who came closest. Here is exactly what I did. I used AI tools to pull the advanced stats for every central midfielder aged 17 to 22 across Europe's top 7 leagues, including Liga Portugal and the Dutch Eredivisie, which are historically undervalued by traditional scouting but consistently produce elite talent. That initial dataset had over 230 players. From there, I filtered by minimum playing time, 1,000 minutes, because small sample sizes lie. A player with 200 minutes can produce elite numbers by accident. 1,000 minutes is where genuine patterns emerge. 94 players remained. I then normalized every metric per 90 minutes, so playing time could not artificially inflate any player's ranking, and I ran a similarity score against Pedri's profile across all 6 dimensions. Think of it as a 6-dimensional map. Pedri is at the center. Every other player is plotted based on their distance from his profile. The closer the dot, the more similar the player. As the model ran, the field narrowed quickly. Most players were eliminated on the carry metrics alone. A handful made it through on 2 or 3 dimensions. Only one player scored in the elite range across all 6. And here is the thing that genuinely surprised me. When I looked up who that player was, I realized I had seen this name before, in a completely unrelated interview. Pedri himself had been asked, which current player plays most like you? And without any prompting, he said one name, the exact same name my model returned. Before the reveal, I want to show you the 2 players who came closest but did not quite make it. Because understanding why they fell short tells you exactly what makes the answer so remarkable. 3rd closest, Warren Zaïre-Emery. 19 years old, Paris Saint-Germain. His pressing metrics and passing accuracy are exceptional. He combines defensive discipline with smart progressive passing at a level almost no teenager has managed in Champions League football. But his carry numbers in congested La Liga-style spaces fall below the threshold. He is a different type of elite midfielder, not eliminated from greatness, just not a Pedri clone. 2nd closest, Arda Güler, 20 years old, Real Madrid. 4 of the 6 metrics are remarkably close to Pedri's. His chance creation and passing vision under pressure are elite, but his pressing work rate, the distance he covers recovering the ball, is significantly below Pedri's profile. Pedri is as much a defensive engine as a creative one. Güler, at this stage, is not, which leaves the player who sat at the top of every metric, and who was confirmed, independently, by the player he resembles most. Rodrigo Mendoza, 21 years old, Spanish, just signed by Atletico Madrid in February 2026 for 16 million euros, beating Arsenal, Barcelona, and Manchester City to his signature. If you have not heard of him yet, you are about to. 96th percentile for carries into the penalty area, 93rd percentile for progressive carries. Both numbers are Pedri level. In La Liga, at 20 years old. For Elche, a team fighting against relegation with nowhere near the ball retention of Barcelona. The fact that Mendoza is posting these numbers in a team that does not dominate possession, that makes the carry metrics even more extraordinary. Pedri generates his numbers in one of the best possession systems in football. Mendoza generates his against the run of play in a team under pressure. But the number that stopped me was not any of those. It was this. When Pedri was asked in a separate interview, before any of this analysis existed, which current player plays most like him, he said, quote, Rodrigo Mendoza. The model and the man himself agreed. That does not happen often. Is Mendoza guaranteed to become the next Pedri? Nothing in football is guaranteed. Atletico Madrid under Diego Simeone is a completely different environment to Barcelona under Hansi Flick. Development stalls, injuries happen, the transition to a top 4 club is always difficult. But statistically, right now, at this age, no central midfielder in this dataset comes closer to Pedri's profile. That is what Carvinho IQ is about. Not opinions, not hot takes, data, AI tools, and football every single week. Next week, I run the same model on center forwards. The result is even more surprising, and it involves a player in a league that almost nobody in this audience is watching right now. Subscribe so you do not miss it. And drop in the comments, who did you think the answer would be? I want to know if anyone guessed Mendoza.